Why? Why are you so cruel to me, ARK? Hello and welcome to ARK Survival Evolved. We're on the Extinction map, and today we're actually out and about looking for Paracers. So that's what me and Milo are doing. We're wandering backwards and forwards looking for Paracers because I want to make my life a bit easier. I don't normally use them, but I'm out here over in the actual swamp, so there's... Try to remember what that one was. It wasn't particularly wonderful. I think it was only like level 30 or something. There was a one out there I found, and there was a one over there. Yeah, there's one over there we took out. That wasn't particularly wonderful either. But I was out and about looking for... Oh, there's one there. What level are you? Oh! Level 150. You might do. I'm kind of like desperate. Oh, no, not dimorphs. Oh, for crying out loud, this is not a good idea. Why we're tackling dimorphs? You muppet. Anyway, the reason we're looking for these Paracers, I mean, 150 isn't exactly brilliant, I must admit. It's a 180 map, but given the experience I had with Tapajaras, I mean, I'm kind of flexible, shall we say. What I did was I came out looking for Paracers. Oh no, I don't want no. Yeah, I need to be shot of ichthyes as well because they'll start stealing things. But the reason I'm going after Paracers is I want to make my life a lot easier when it comes to the element veins and the orbital supply drops as well. Actually, while I'm sitting here like a complete muppet, I'm going to have to keep my eye out for some other nasties that are out here. I mean, there's usually like Sargos, Capros in particular I'm more bothered about. I'm just going to keep my eye out for them first before I try and take that Paracer down. But yeah, I've been having a look on the forums because basically I was out and about early on in the game, and I was up against things like this. If I go up against like the blue orbital supply drops or the 10k veins, I can pretty much just get away on, just doing it with like some Velonosaurs or just the Enforcer, for instance. But the 25k veins and the yellow orbital supply drops are a bit more tricky. What I've found is, I've got Freya here. I'll just get everything off Milo here. Don't need them. Freya's really good for doing those. I mean, she can last the distance. If I take a few, like Velonosaurs along with me, it'll speed up the time a bit, because Freya's she can last the distance, which is a bit slow when it comes to like handing out damage and what have you. So it takes me a bit of time. But I've been trying to find ways to improve that. So I mean, I've been taking like T-Rexes out, for instance, to do the yellow orbital supply drops on the 25k veins. And the problem is, like with the veins, for instance, they just get trapped on them, or they'll start doing damage to them. Crying out loud, go away, snake. Go on, piss off. Yeah, so I've taken those out to do the veins, and as I say, they'll either trample on them and cause damage, or they'll like wander off, clump together and what have you, and just causes too much hassle. So I tried them against the yellow orbital supply drops, and I mean the problem I had with them is oh, hello, kind of similar in that I'd end up with like a lot of things fighting, trying to get into the center of the orbital supply drop, and then the T-Rex they're just handing out tons and tons of damage and just destroying the blooming orbital supply drops. Crying out loud, how many things are out here? So the problem then was that, yeah, I mean they're great, they'll survive, but I've ended up in cases where I've kind of managed to successfully defend a vein, for instance, but then the vein's blown up right at the end. So it's like, well, that wasn't any good. So I've been trying to find, basically I want to get onto the red orbital supply drops more than anything. Actually, I'm just better check I've got some. Yes, I have got some kibble. So I wanted to take on like the red orbital supply drops more than anything. But if I haven't got anything to do like a yellow one properly, then there's no way I'll do the red ones, because the red ones have got the big wyverns. I mean, I did try those on the basically I took a load of T-Rexes out, but they couldn't sort of like handle the actual wyverns. The wyverns just kept going by and just setting them on fire, so that didn't help at all. I mean, I was trying things like dino leashes, but I couldn't get them down in time. You can't realistically use what are they? It's like, say I wanted to put something down there. Oh, how did you get there? You can't realistically use structures, because the trouble is with an orbital supply drop. Well, here you've got the problem of what you call it, the corrupted dinos in particular. They'll be quite keen on destroying anything. Oh, hang on, you're the wrong one, aren't you? Oh, right. Oh, blast, that's not going to help me. Yeah, I mean, you've got corrupted dinos that are going to pretty much want to tear anything you build apart. But then I've got another problem where if an orbital supply drop comes down, it causes damage to everything in the neighbouring area. I've already seen that when I was trying to tame up a gas bag, I think it was. Yeah. So I can't realistically like put some structures down and then just leave them down. It just doesn't work. So I'm basically trying to come up with a better strategy. And I was looking on the forums, and somebody came up with an interesting method, and that involves using the Paracer. I mean, I've normally never bothered with them, to be honest. Are you still going? I've normally never bothered with them myself. I mean, I've tamed one up on the island, just to basically get the achievement, but that was about it. They were more seen as, to me, they were more seen as something you would do for PvP. Aha! Got you! There you go. Just shut up the boom. What's that? I saw something flashing up here. Oh, it's just the... Yeah, it's just the structure. Kind of lost my train of thought now. Yeah, so that was seen to me as more PvP, so I never really bothered with them. So I just tamed one up just for the sake of, you know, going towards the achievement. But yeah, I mean, that actually sounds like a good idea, because if you go out to, say, like an orbital supply drop, for instance, what I could do is pop a platform on a passive Paracer, because I don't want it jumping up and down and fighting back, because otherwise it'll cause damage to, you know, like the orbital supply drop, for instance, itself. So that was that. And if I can then plonk on top of that, you could put like tech turrets, for instance, but they would consume quite a bit of element. Another option is to put some Bolonosaurs on top, because they'd be good if you like put them in turret mode. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. Basically, I want to tame up some high level Paracers, so, you know, get them fully imprinted so they can take the damage. And then basically the idea is I'd pop them in a cryopod. As long as the saddle can have ramps on it, I can then just, you know, stop outside where the orbital supply drops come down, lead up some, you know, Velonosaurs up onto the saddle, put them in turret mode. I mean, I don't know how many I can fit, maybe 3, maybe 4, I don't know, I'll have to see. And then I can use that to basically deal with things like the wyverns or pretty much anything around, because you can just put them into aggressive mode, and that should make, hopefully that should make it a bit easier. But the other problem I've found is, like when I was using Milo, for instance, on the yellow K, the 25k one veins, for instance, a problem I had with the veins was that you'd get like little dinos like the Dillos or the Raptors would suddenly like rush underneath it. When they're attacking the vein, or the nodes I should say, they seem to get quite low underneath them, and they were causing a lot of problems, because I mean, although like Wildcard have done something to improve the accuracy of these breath weapons, the problem I'm finding is that you take like a Managama into the vein, and it just doesn't seem to be able to hit them at all. So I'm end up having to like use melee damage from him, which damages the nodes. There's also problems where I've literally tried like targeting one of those pteranodons that's in the sky, and he's amongst all these little nodes standing up, and for some reason he just couldn't shoot them down. It only seems to work at its best while it's, you know, while they're outside of the area. And there was something on the forums actually about getting a Eutrianus, because if you put one of those in the you know, around the center point, especially like for the orbital supply drops or the main node. Put one of those down and you can fear off the little dinos. So that's something else I want to try as well. So rather than my original thought, which was taking in like big T-Rexes or something and just, you know, beating everything up that you can, because they can cause damage, it actually goes against you. So if I use something like this where they're not going to actually damage the actual structure, you know, the orbital supply drop, or they're not going to attack the actual veins, they'll just shoot the dinos that are coming in at you. That should, in theory, make my life a lot easier, but I'll have to see. But the first thing I've got to do is get myself a high level Paracer and just see how this one's doing actually. How are you going? How are you doing, Sleeping Beauty? Yeah, still got away. I mean, I've got some patchy kibble there, so I'll use that. See if I can get him tamed up. I mean, 150 is a bit low for a 180 map, but at this stage, I'm pretty much keen to get started more than anything. So the plan is basically I'll try to get myself a high level patchy, get myself a high level Paracer tamed up on this map. But because I was taming up Euryarnesses on the island, I think I'll just breed up a couple of those and port them over. I still want to keep that. I've got one like dedicated to the boss fight, so I'll leave that alone. So what I'm going to do is at some point I'll go back to the island and I'll just basically I'll breed a couple over there and then port them across. But for now, basically, I just need to basically wait for this one to starve out a bit. I mean, it's probably going to take a while. Herbivores, they're not exactly quick for eating. Yeah, it's going to take a while before this one starves out to a low enough level. I mean, I could pop the, you know, patchy kibble in. It's not that much of a problem while I'm out here, except unless one of these blooming defense units decides to pop up, I suppose. They can be a pain in the neck. But the plan for now is I'm just going to starve that one out, give it some patchy kibble, and then hopefully that should be it. But if you do find yourself liking this video at any point, then do please click that like button, because that'll help me out a great deal. And if you want to see more content and you're new to the channel, then yeah, do subscribe. Just remember to click the little bell icon, and then that way you'll get notifications for when new content comes out. And if you've got any comments, suggestions, any feedback you want to leave, then do please post that in the comments section below. But basically, I'm just going to pause the video now, and I'll bring you back once this Sleeping Beauty here is up and running. See you shortly. So there you go, that wasn't so bad. It's tamed out at 224, so not a great deal of health, because that's going to be my main focus. I want to be able to tame these things up, give them like tons and tons of health, because the idea is to have them passive. I don't want these things you know, retaliating if something decides to attack them. The idea is they're just going to sit around while the Velonosaurs just hopefully shoot down things pretty quickly. Right, there you go, one down. Now I don't think there's that many on the map, so you know, fingers crossed, I should actually have a bit of an easier time than I did with the Tapajaras, because I had a look at the spawn map and it's pretty much saying the same as what I found already, which is there's this little area here which is just kind of like just slightly west of center. I think they refer to it as the swamp area. It's like a little swamp you find out here, so you'll find things like capros and sargos. If you're ever after, you know, prime fish meat or anything, there's plenty of salmon, you know, saber-toothed salmon down here. You can get piranhas down here as well, you know, for the for getting, trying to remember what they called it. The I've got one. It's not an ichthya, or is it an ichthya? I can't remember. Well, what happened to that Paracer over there? The ichthya is the one I'll remember. I keep getting the two confused. One of them's the annoying one that steals things, and the other one's a really great thing that gets you prime meat or prime fish meat. But blimey, these things have spawned pretty quick. But anyway, I mean, there's two areas. I mean, I've seen things over here because I was once out here early on in the game and I came across a tapejara that I took down, and there was a couple of paracers here, and I've also seen quite a few down in the southwest corner. That was when I was going out looking for the corrupted ones. There's quite a lot of corrupted paracers down there, but you'll find some normal ones out there as well, so I'll usually end up flitting backwards and forwards, and I've just noticed there's a... Oh, no. There's a blooming capra over there. I'm getting out of here. Yeah, so the plan is... I think in theory, because there's not as many sort of like paracers on the map as there are like tapejaras. It's not too bad, level 9. As long as I clear these all out, I should start to see like high-ish levels turning up a lot easier than with the tapejaras, because with those there was just tons of those on the map. I think you had to, if I understand it correctly, it's 2 level 90s. If I understand it correctly, I think you've got to clear out the high level ones, or the ones that the game thinks are high level ones. You've got to clear them out to get high level ones back. Oh man, go away! I'm just hoping, I'm hoping they are piranhas, not capros. That's alright. Right, so there's 2 level 90s over there. Ooh, is that... Hang on a minute, that's not that 150 I saw before, is it? Oh, it's level 12. There was once a 150 out here that I saw, like a silvery grey one, similar to that one, but it disappeared. So I'm quite fortunate that other 150 popped up. But what I'm going to be doing basically now is just going backwards and forwards between the southwest and this little swamp area, just to look for high level paracers. I'm gonna any that I see that aren't, you know, just aren't no use, I'm just gonna kill them. But I'm gonna have to go back to the city because I noticed that saddle on Milo was like looking like a blueprint. It wasn't a normal one. I've got a horrible feeling that if I pop him out of the cryopod, I'll end up with a man of garment that doesn't have a saddle, and that's no use to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause the video. I'll come back here with Milo then, clear these out, and then we're going to head over to the southwest and start looking over there for some. So I shall see you shortly. I think my brain's all over the place today. I went back to the city and sure enough there was no saddle when I popped Milo out. There's just some glitch I've got where sometimes things turn to blueprints. Sometimes it's the armour that I'm wearing, sometimes it's the you know, weapons or something that's in the hotbar, that sort of thing. But I get the same problem with saddles on the dinos where they'll turn to blueprints. So sure enough, I popped him out of the actual cryopod, and he didn't have a saddle, so I had to go and make him one. But then it just kind of like dawned on me. I was talking about ichthyes. I mean, I killed that ichthy, and that is the actual thing I was talking about. The one where you can, you know, throw it off your shoulder and get it to get your prime meat from a dodo, or like prime fish meat from the saber-toothed salmon. So yeah, my brain's just like kind of there, but it's not quite there. At least not at the moment, anyway. So basically, the next plan is to go back out. Oh, hello, timber. What we're going to have to do is we're going to go out and about looking around in the southwest, over in those just kind of like outside of the sulfur fields. See if we can find any useful paracers over there. Actually, as I say, I suspect that because there's not that many, at least I don't think there are. I don't know if they share like a spawn with the corrupted paracers, or whether they're stamina. I don't know whether they share a spawn with the corrupted paracers, or whether they've got their own. But I normally don't see that many of them about, so in theory I don't think it's going to be as difficult of a problem as I found for the tapejaras, because there's just lots and lots of tapejaras on the map, going by that dino scan there was, which probably explains why, you know, if I clear out a lot of low level ones I wasn't getting much progress, whereas with the paracers, if there aren't that many, then in theory I may not have to clear so many to get a 180. But all the ones over there were cleared out pretty quickly, and I noticed they spawn back pretty quickly. But we're just going to keep having a look around and see what we can see. There's usually like a couple of them spawn down here somewhere, and then there's usually some over on the right. Was that one down there? Oh, Spino. Oh, quite a lot of Spinos actually. Yeah, there's usually like a couple of them spawn over here somewhere. Well, I'll keep looking anyway, and if I find something interesting, I'll bring you back. The elusive Paracer can be seen wandering the lakes. This is like a miracle. It is. I'm just gobsmacked. Where did this thing come from? I was out looking for like Paraceratheriums and I got rid of a few, and there's like a 181 here. It's like, what? After all the hassles I've had, how did this thing pop up? I was actually looking for Paraceratheriums and this thing actually popped up. Well, you know what that calls for. Come here. Not that I'm overly keen now. I've noticed there's a load of Spinos around here. This is probably not a good idea. Hold it together, Freya. You can hold it together, can't you? I mean, it's just like a big thing. You don't have to worry about a big thing. I know you don't have your wonderful saddle, but you know, just kind of like try and hold it together. Hopefully it'll get spooked and decide these darts are too much for it, and it'll run away, and then we'll shoot it in the back, and then it'll like fall over, and we'll tame it up. Look! You're off to a better place, man. Seriously, just play along. You know, you're gonna enjoy this. Just don't give me any hassle, man. It's in your interest. We've got wonderful plans for you. Seriously. Ow! What the heck? Can I shoot you in the foot? Are you running? Are you going to fight me or what? What are you doing? You going to keep clobbering me? Ow! Struth. It's running me over. Come here. Come here. Come on, fall over. Come on, just before you get to the Spinos. You don't want to get the Spinos. Seriously, you don't want to be going there. No. There's Spinos and there's... Right. Oh. Finally. Right. It's going to be one of those days where we're going to have to clear things. Come here. Your presence is not welcome here. We've got to clear you out. Go away. Shoo. Go on. Skedaddle. Go away. Come here. Go away. You, Spino. Where did you go, Spino? Come here. We don't want you. You've got to go. You've got to go to a happy place. Oh, come on. The trouble is, I mean, where I'm at, I mean, it's going to be like a lot of things going to like respawn in this area anyway, but... Hopefully nothing's eating that thing. Where did you go? Did you go somewhere happy? Right, you have a nice snooze. You have a nice snooze while we put some big spike walls around you, and hopefully you'll survive, and you know you'll wake up. Right. Well, I'm gonna basically just keep putting these walls up and keep my fingers crossed nothing truly nasty turns up here, and then I can tame it up, because I've brought myself some. I didn't want to do that. What was I doing? Oh yes, I want to do that. Right, okay. Right, we're doing that. Right, I'm going to put these spike walls up, and then I'm going to keep my fingers and toes crossed that nothing nasty comes in this direction. There you go. See? You're going to enjoy that. You have a nice snooze. Right, so yeah, I've got some... What is it? I think it's the patchy kibble that I've got, so hopefully we'll be able to tame this this beastie up. See you shortly. Why? Why are you so cruel to me, ARK? You dangled a big juicy carrot in front of my face, and then you took it away and you gave me a Brussels sprout. How could you do such things to me? Oh, for crying out loud. This just sucks, this does. Look at that. 55.4% tame and effectiveness. I'd put up the walls. Well, no walls. I'd put up those spikes. And I was just minding my own business, just sitting up here, just keeping an eye out. I thought, yeah, I'll keep an eye out just on the off chance something comes along. And what happens? A bloomin' corrupted pteranodon spawns right above it. Takes a nice big bite out of its juicy butt, and that's it. Bloomin' tame and effectiveness. Seriously? I'd love to be able to turn the level of music down on that one. But no, I mean, it spawned right above it, took a big bite out of its juicy butt, and it's left me with a crappy taming effectiveness. And then just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, 2 Spinos spawned right next to the bloomin' tree. What the heck? Why are you doing this? Look at this. They deliberately want to naff me off these things. Oh man. I can't. No. Go away. This is just frustrating. So I think what I'm going to... What the hell if I can shoot the bleeding thing? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can... oh, I'm not even hitting it. Can I take a bite out of you? Come here. I can't even get a bite out of you. You're not even going to let me bite you, are you? Yeah, I think what I'm going to do basically is I'm going to leave this thing here. There's no point having it if it's not going to tame up to a decent levels. It's got still a decent amount of health, but I'm going to let it wake up. And then I'm just going to have to take it back on again, see if I can tame it again. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself one of those shields to see if that'll be able to keep things out. Ah! You're annoying me, ARK! Ah! Well, see you shortly. It's a miracle! I mean, I was going to say it's like a Christmas miracle, but it's, well, yeah, we just had Christmas, so I can't. But look! It's alive! It's alive! I'm gobsmacked. I came out here actually with I went all the way back to base and made myself an S plus generator. And then I thought, well, actually, what happens if this thing's injured or anything? Because I left it to heal up and what have you. So I brought myself a little magnifying glass to check, and then I just had like an epiphany. Why don't I just heal it up with the snow owl? Come here, I need to heal you. You're going to be a wonderful asset to the team, so we need to heal you first. So we're going to freeze you. Not for like storage purposes. We're going to freeze you so you get better, and then I can shoot you, and then I can take you home, and then we can, well, yeah, we'll find a useful purpose for you. As in, you'll have your own little harem, you know. So let's see. Nope, we don't want to put traps down. Oh, I even froze a little Mary Monkey. Oh, I can't use the... Oh, that sucks. I can't use my magnifying glass while I'm on the bird. Come here. We'll turn you into a popsicle. We'll have to be careful because there's like there's Archipluras and Spinos around here. I need to find somewhere where I can try and like tame this thing and keep it safe. I don't want blooming pteranodons and Spinos just popping out, because that happened the last time. I paused the video and the 2 blooming Spinos suddenly popped out again in front of me. So I'm not gonna like if I'm gonna tame this thing, I'm not gonna tame it over there. There's no way I'm going back over there. Right, I think we're just gonna have some fun playing with this, like try to see what I can do with a little popsicle machine here. Let's see. How you doing? Oh no, don't do that. You don't want to hit it with your magnifying glass. What? Right. Now's the time to try and get friendly with this here Paracer Taming. Right, I'm gonna pop Polly the parrot over here. And I'm gonna get Freya out. And hopefully this time round things will go to plan. Right, meat. You keep an eye on these for me. Then that way I can get you all the meat. Wow, that's a lot of meat I've consumed. Wow, where did all that come from? Oh yeah, it's all the blooming corrupted dinos about to kill around here. Prime? How the heck did I... Oh, I must have forgot to take those. I forgot to take all these patchy eggs off you. Oh, Struth. I don't know if I'll be able to pick all these up. I'm gonna have to... Oh no. There's too many. I've got too many patchy eggs on me. Right, you're going into storage for a while. It's nothing personal. It's just, you know, it's just how it is. If I leave this, if I leave polyparrot lying around, it'll get, someone will probably decide to eat it. Right, so, where did all my patchy eggs go? Hang on, where's all my patchy eggs gone? Where's my patchy eggs gone to? There they are. Right, okay. I'll get over to here so I can pick them up and give them to you. You can look after all these eggs for me, can't you? Yeah, you've got a good weight ratio. Oh no, you can't move. Oh, Struth. Right, I'll tell you what. I'll have half of them and we'll drop them. I've got tons of them anyway. Nope, you still can't move. Hang on a minute. What's going on here? Why can't you move? Oh, there's too many. Right, okay. Oh, it doesn't matter. I've got hundreds of them back at base anyway, so it's no big deal. I think I'm going to see if I might be able to pop that over there, maybe. Let's get rid of this Spino over here and see if I can lure the Paracer over there. Right. You need to go, you know, you need to go and think happy thoughts. Right, yeah, I've got darts. That's good. That's a good sign. That's definitely a good sign. I don't want bullets, I want darts. Right. Round 2. Right, come on you. You're going to a very nice place if you cooperate. And this time round, like, you know, try and stay out of trouble. As in, don't attract attention. I need you to be as inconspicuous as possible. Look, just don't bother, man. Oh no, is that one of those chalies? I can see like a little sparkling going on and over on the left hand side. I think that's one of those blowing chalies. Will you just play along, man? It's in your interests. I'm serious. Just play along for now. I don't like that chali. Looks as though it's getting closer. Look, just cooperate, man. You're going to a nice place. I've got wonderful things planned for you. Just go to sleep, man. Have some fun. No, seriously, man. Go to sleep. Go on, go to sleep. Come on. Right. Let's get rid of this chali first. Because I don't want trouble from that thing. Aha! I got you. Right. Now let's see if let's see if Plan B now works. Right, we're going to put this down. Right, we're putting you here. Right, have some... Ooh. Ooh, that was a close call. That was a really close call, that. So that's kind of like half in, half out. So this is not good. It's kind of like half in and half out. Why can't I extend the barrier? Yes, I can. Right. What's the radius at the moment? What's the radius? Oh, right. Current radius is 2.2. So if I set you to 3, we'll set the radius to 3. Now, as far as I'm aware, that'll probably mean it'll start consuming more element. Right. What's your food situation like? Wow. How come you managed to feed yourself all over again? I mean, your health was lousy, but you managed to feed yourself. Right, so we've got a bit of element in there. Right, so I'm going to basically wait for this thing to starve out, then I'll chuck a load of patchy kibble on it. Hopefully this time round it'll go to plan. So fingers and toes crossed. I'll bring you back shortly, hopefully. So far so good. I've popped Werner out here so I can keep the area clear, because there's been some Spinos have been spawning over there, and we've got a corrupted Paracer over there, and a Carno. There's some Carnos up there, but they're stuck. There we go. Ha 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 ha! You tamed up quickly. Quick, let's put you into a cryopod before all hell breaks loose. Come on, you want to go in here? Quick, come on, come on. Oh, come on, hurry up, get in. For you. Wow, and I've still got 44 element left. In fairness, I mean, nothing actually attacked, like, but you know. Because I mean, basically what I've been doing is I've just been sort of like patrolling the area with Werner. I've just been keeping my eye out in case something, you know, got too close, and I'd take it out with Werner, because Freya's good, but she's not that quick. It takes quite a bit to take something out with Freya. Right, so I'm going to have my element back. Thank you very much. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to jump onto Freya, and I'm going to head back to base. So, for you, see you shortly. Well, I went back to base, and I've now got a 180 and a 150 Paracer, but they're both males, so that's not really going to get me very far. So I've come back out here to the like little swamp area, and they do spawn really quickly over here, I must admit. I took down 2 level 12 females, so I think my luck might be running out, because there's a more or less as soon as I'd gotten rid of that second one, another one had spawned. It's just beyond the trees there. It's only level 6, so I think it's going to be a case of I'm just going to have to keep wandering around, maybe just even here, you know, because as I say, they do spawn pretty quick, or go back down to the southwest to see if I can do better down there. But there's no point repeating the process. I mean, we've gone through like 2 Paracers so far, and it's just going to be a case of trying to find a high level female now. So I think the plan now is I'm just going to keep searching to see if I can get myself a decent level female, and I'll breed that up, and once we're done and got ourselves a Paracer to use on like the veins and the orbital supply drops, I'll bring you back. So I'll see you then. Well, I found myself a 150 female over at the swamp, so I brought her back here, and we've been doing quite a lot of breeding since. It was kind of odd, because there was quite a lot of 150 males kept spawning in that area, so I had to do quite a bit of clearing, like. I mean, but you know, I mean, I'm quite happy to settle for 150 female, because I had a 180 male, so I thought, you know, with all the time I'd spent, that I'll just go for whatever stats that he had. So I'm getting quite a few levels out of them. I mean, I pretty much topped it out at an extra 3 health. This female over here, she had a bit of extra weight, so I just bred that with the male over there, so I ended up with 3 health. And I know there was like some food came into it at some point, but it was more the health I was looking for, because I want these things to survive quite a while. And colour wise, I mean, some strange colours, I must admit. I mean, I kind of started settling on this reddy blue one, but then this yellow colour started popping up. But it was only along the top though, so I'm not quite sure what happened. So I did a bit more breeding, you know, with these 2 blue ones with a yellow top, that red one, and a bit of blue around that one. And I got this one, but I don't know, it kind of put me off, to be honest. It's nothing personal. So because I'd gotten this green one earlier on, I just decided, I ended up, I just kind of like settled for that colour, to be honest. I quite like it for some strange reason. So eventually I just tamed up, well, I imprinted one of the Paracers that these 2 had. So what we'll do is we'll just head back over to the city base, because what I did is I imprinted it, and then just out of curiosity, I literally walked it all the way back to the city just to see what it would be like, and I'm starting to kick myself really, because I just put on some basic foundations, some basic thatch foundations. The plan was to basically just put those down, and then that'll give me a bit of a pointer, you know, to put the metal ones down. And while we were going across there, those foundations got completely trashed by a, what was it? It was there was a Stegosaurus. I was just gobsmacked. I mean, we took out a couple of like trikes and you know, raptors and along the way, but then this stego showed up, and it totally trashed the actual the little foundations I'd put on this thing. So I mean, I'm not 100% certain if this is going to work now, because if a stego can trash the foundations, I mean, it was hitting it for about like something like 1400. That was the damage points that I was seeing against some thatch, and I don't think it's going to make any difference. I mean, I've put some metal foundations on now, but I'm not overly confident that this is going to be much use really, because when I had the foundations on, I put Polly Parrot on. She was just sitting on top of the thatch foundations on top of the saddle, and as soon as those foundations got trashed, that was it. She was on the floor. She didn't like land on the saddle. She just literally went off to the floor, and she was just sitting on the floor. So I'm thinking this could be a bit nasty, because if a stego can do a lot of damage, imagine what it's going to be like if we come up against like Paracers and what have you. I mean, if they can like hit those foundations for some reason. I mean, a stego is, I mean, it's, you know, it is pretty much smaller than the Paracer, but it must have been that tail swipe somehow managed to hit the foundations. But what I've done anyway is, I mean, I've put these metal foundations on, because obviously they've got a heck of a lot more hit points, and I've popped myself some Velonosaurs up the top, so they're on turret mode, and I built myself a little sort of like loading platform. So the idea is, if I need to put anything on there, we'll just pop up on the elevator and then just load them from there. So I mean, that's pretty good. I think that'll do for now. So at some point I'm going to take these beasties out, and we're going to try and have some fun with the you know, probably like a normal supply drop. Probably I think I'll start with a yellow one first, because I mean, really I want the Velonosaurs to be taking on things like the Wyverns, like on the red orbital supply drops more than anything. That was one of the key reasons I want them. But I'm going to have to go back to the island and get myself a couple of Eutrianus. I need a couple of those, because I want one to be able to help me out at these supply drops to basically scare things away, because I don't want this thing jumping up and down and trashing the place. So I'm going to put you on passive, dude. Yeah, this is Peter, by the way. It's Peter Paracer. And he's got like the yellow, the greenish kind of like colours with the bit of the blue that came through. So I quite like that. And he's got, I mean, he's fully imprinted. So far he's got about 15k health, but I'm going to have to keep increasing that. Weight-wise he's okay, but it means I can basically just take him out for a ride. We can. That was the one other thing I found out though. I mean, the idea is I didn't particularly plan on walking him to like every single orbital supply drop. So while we were over at the desert base, I popped a cryopod, and boom, all the foundations broke. So they don't keep their foundations at all, which, I mean, it's probably figures really. If you put them in a cryopod, the saddle stays on, but the foundations just get completely wrecked. There's nothing left. You get no resources, nothing. So it was, yeah, I thought, okay, nice to learn that now, like. But yeah, I'm going to go and get myself some Eutrianus, and then it's going to be a case of having to look out for some orbital supply drops. You get some spawn in the north, sometimes they'll spawn in the south. Basically I'm just going to have to ride this thing. I think that's the only option now. I'm just going to, I think I might like take a bit of a gamble and leave it over in the north gate, and then whenever I saw like an orbital supply drop spawns over in that northern area, I'll then just go out and, you know, take them out with a Utri and probably Milo over there. We'll see how we can handle a yellow orbital supply drop, for instance. Might even do the 25k vein as well. So I'm gonna try that first, because my main concern now is those foundations. Because if something can destroy the foundations. Yeah, that could be might have been a good idea, but it might be a short-lived one. But there's only one way to find out. But anyway, I've set out to I set out to get myself a Paracer and some Velonosaurs on top to do a bit of aerial shooting and so on. And it's just a case of finding out how it goes. So I do hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If so, then do please leave a like, because that'll help me out a great deal. And if you've got any comments, suggestions, any particular feedback, then do please leave that in the comment section below. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see more content, then yeah, do please subscribe. Just remember to leave the click that little bell icon though. That way you get notifications when new content comes out. But until the next video, thanks so much very much for watching. Bye.